well, now we're going, into that discussion about particular countries, and we really wanted to avoid that because you have to look. It's not 27 sculptures. It's one sculpture. It's one object. It's one object with different meaning. If you look at the if you look at the Borat movie, you don't go to particular scenes, or you can laugh to particular scenes, but you don't go and attacking particular scenes. That's like one piece, it has continuity, it has the connections. So for Britain, well, we just like the idea. It's like, I don't know if any of you were in the press conference. Probably the most funniest moment what happened there was when the Bulgarian press was saying something about covering the Bulgaria, and then suddenly, or immediately after that, some guy from Britain asked, and what if Britain will protest?
They are actually not there, they are not protesting at all.
When we were talking about, what Germany is, of course, the whole things came out, the ideas, and then of course making how it looks, it's a different thing, but the ideas, what should be there, came out in like brainstorming, and one of us said, okay, well, what the German is, it's highways, of course, it's like first moment, highways, and then I figure out, I remember when I was living in New York, and that time, there was an agency, tourist agency, which was sending rich Americans to Germany, renting them speed cars, and they would just jump in a car and driving fast. Those frustrated Americans who just between drives like 150, 110. So they were just driving for one day on the autobahns, nothing else. And then they send them back. And my sentence is like the beautiful example, every time we're talking about Germany, then we of course go, okay, well, let's go to Autobahn and drive fast. So, that was it. So, well, Germany, and of course the Germany is incredibly car-based country. So the Autobahns were like, yeah. The censorship, well, that's probably what appears that it still exists, and we are not able to live with certain things. So maybe it's really pointed out that there are certain things which are still not mentioned to be talked about. This is.
Also, it was interesting to see the level of hypocrisy that was around the project. Of course, the Czech government officials, or at least some of them, saw the work before it was placed here in Brussels. And when they still believed that it was the work of several European artists, it was okay. But if it would be a work of one particular artist from one country, it was not okay to show it. So this is something that shows us that maybe Europe is not that united. Yes, that's the comment. Well, this shows how complicated organism Europe is.
But there are still covered things which are not uncovered, so you getting it, step by step. It's only second month, so wait for a couple of more. Since well, everybody talking about how much money I made out of that. I actually am in debt with this project. So I probably will offer it on eBay. Of course, you know, since it's quite big, I don't have a place where to store it.
So if you have a house large enough, it's your choice.
As you know, as Tomáš said already, some of them are just dumb, and I think that we would rather try to make them less dumb. So that's it, and we know about it. Yeah, and of course we would do it twice bigger. Well, there were a lot of things which were actually planned to be accomplished with this piece. There were an installation on the streets. There were also thoughts that the potential EU members would be also somehow mentioned without the frame. So there were like a lot of things. As I said, you know, the first moment when I talked to Sasha Vondra, I told him there is more versions. I would do it either myself, I would do it with other countries, or with other artists from different countries. So, like the first moment, there were more versions. There were even versions that the flats would be just the states would be just flat. So it would look like just a puzzle without anything on the surface. So there were more versions than there was version that something could be painted on it, and like stuff. So that was the process. But the end of the process was that. And the process was quite short, I would say.
I have no question. I just want to say I've been working in the council for 30 years. And now I see so many people going into the atrium and stopping and looking. And this never happened before.
Thank you.